Okay, I'm back. But you can't hear me because the microphone's so far away. Alright, I looked it up. This is what I got so far. After I head back into the game. No, I told you the game. Thank you, Owlboy. The conch is used in the graveyard here. Because of the description, it helps you listen to the dead. The key is up in Mesos, which I guess we can try to travel up there, but that's kind of sounds like a pain in the butt. And it has a bit of story stuff with a treasure box. I don't know if that's worth it or not. Probably going to do that. I think the last emblem is up in the 3rd section in the new area. But again, I don't know why, like what it's for. I would think it's something to do with the story, but it's probably not that important. That being said, I don't really want to... I don't think we can get up to the same place. Because you have to have all three people with you to get up to the treasure box and do the Mesos thing. You can't do it the first time you're there. So I'm wondering if you can do it again after you go there the second time. Oh, that's the cannon. But, if I can't figure out how to get up there right now, then I'm just going to say yes to the lady after we go to the graveyard. And call it a day. Those emblems, I legitimately couldn't figure out, like the first 10 links that I went to just kept saying where they were. Nobody wanted to spoil what they were for. Which, I mean, I don't blame them, but... I'm just the kind of person that wants to know, you know? I guess it would be nice to know if it was just story or completion related. Oh, got caved in. From a big attack. From a big the end. You know, honestly, I have no idea how people are able to stream for as many hours as they do without stopping. Like, I've been able to stream for a time. Probably like 4 hours is as long as I've gone without taking a break. I mean, I can go 8, 10 hours maybe even. What the hell did I... Oh, there's birds. But I have to take a break every hour and a half to 2 hours. Legitimately don't know how you wouldn't be able... or wouldn't do it. No, because this is just going to bring us back to the dungeon. And I don't think that the dungeon has an exit that we can go through without teleporting back to that one room. I suppose we could try doing that, because the teleporting room didn't, like, disappear. And that will definitely get us up there a little bit faster. Alright, let's try it. I don't think this one has as many highlights to pull out of either, so if I do make a highlight video out of Owlboy, it'll probably be real short. I'm having burgers for dinner tonight. I know we were reading all of those tablets. It made it seem like that was the hex machine. Oh shit, right, the lava flow. Can we even get out of here? Because, I mean... Haha. Whoops. Because the lava was like, hey, welcome to Everything is Terrible. Yep. We can come back and read lore if we really wanted to, but we already read this one. Because when we did actually manage to make... Yep, it's locked. Can't go that way. This is just to come back in case you missed coins. Hey, Ori in the Blind Forest. Remember that one section that forces you out of an area and then you can never go back? This is how you do it. Take out the section, just lock off the one area that has the big scripted run away from the thing sequence, and then allow them to go back to the area to explore to get the things they missed. It's not that complicated. Did I just catch my hair on the side of the pop filter? Bunch of weird. Alright, I'm just gonna hope that we'll end up in Mesos before we actually continue, and I can go check for the key then. Otherwise, I don't really care that much. And I've heard the medallions are in the third area afterwards. Supposedly you can't return to Veli if you do that, but also you can? I don't know, we'll find out. Oh shit, that's right. We wanna go to the graveyard first. That I literally almost checked. But it's just Otis and Totus's Grotus's talking with one another, recollecting on the events thus far. Do I have... Can you use it? Is that what this... Let me try. There. Pristine shell can be used to communicate with the dead. I can't press A on it. This is where it's supposed to happen. After we got the shell. And we have him in our team again. Are we supposed to do it later? Is that what that is? Alright. Well, I tried. And honestly, I've had enough sads for now. I would like some triumph, please. Great structure above the skies. I almost wish I could come with you, Otis. It must be quite the sight. Yes. The shell's for the bottom left of Stratos. Wow. I thought I read the graveyard. Wait. Isn't Stratos the green section? So it goes... Mesos is on the top so far, and we're in, like, pre-Tropos. And there's Tropos, and Stratos is the one in between, before you get to the floating continent. Is it worth doing anything with? I don't... And then also I need the medallion, and then also I need to use the key up in Mesos, but I don't know how to get there from here. Legitimately, I don't think I can get to Mesos right now. I think you just get a moment with Getty. Yeah. I've had enough sads. I'm good. Remember, there will be no going back. Are you sure you're ready for this? It's asking us twice, and yet apparently there is going back. Oh well. I would like to go to wherever the final owl dungeon is, please. Because that sounds pretty baller. Alphonse is a pirate, and I caused some trouble here. But we're here to help now. Ah, yes, no need for that, whatever. You're all welcome to come along. Oh, so she just straight up got a rocket, huh? Oh, you'll see. The radar gave us the coordinates to aim for, so we should make it. Assuming your invention works, Carnell. I love the constant bending over with the condescending talk. Also, why are we facing towards our companions and not towards the scientists? It's like, I am part of the science crew. Should we go get Asio and the other villagers? Then they can see you off? I don't think so. They might try to stop us. I don't think I want to be I don't want to part on bad terms. Board what? What do you mean, this tall building here? Yes, get in. We're traveling in building? Quiet, fools. Okay. Let's do it. Before she changes her mind. Oh, is that a thing she does? Quickly now. Oh, she's not coming with us. Must you give her, like, an Ursula laugh? Oh, is the top the rocket part? Yep. It was upside down the whole time. I was gonna say, that answers that question then. There's no atmosphere up there, so you can't fly that high. They're all watching us leave. Why would he... He's sad about it. and the Ora Ora Grandma. And they're just confused. They have no idea what's going on. Okay, so this begs the question. If we're leaving the atmosphere, where does the oxygen come from when we get there? Is it just these islands themselves are protected and have their own oxygen atmosphere bubble? The hell was that Victorian England flying buttress we just saw? Oh my god, the final owl statue is a giant... Is that the final episode of Bloodborne? Is a giant building floating in literally space? Oh man, you had me worried there. You okay, man? Can you even fly? There's only just enough oxygen for us to go that high. The air in this place is very thin. Too thin to fly in. Not exactly. I'd be able to catch us eventually. We just jump off the building, fall down, and then there's plenty of air for me to fly in by the time before we hit the ground. And I'll just catch everybody. Or teleport. Or we have that too. We have the gameplay contrivance I forget about. This is so cool. I'm not yawning because I'm bored. This is absolutely an exercise in fucking narcissism for the owls. How do we get in? If an owl approaches, it just opens because owl. Yep. I guess? Okay, this is cool from our perspective because we're human beings, right? And owls are pretty cool. But these were owls. These were literal owls. And they have fashioned all of their everything off of owls. I mean, I know we have made, like, statues and stuff of human beings, but most of our architecture is not based off of the human body. That's called body horror. And generally, it's frowned upon. It's not like we have a choice. Come on, gang. Let's advance. Hey, buddy. You ready for this? It's not like we much of a choice. He closes his eyes and looks like he's sleep deprived. Who needs flying anyway? Oh god, yeah, I can't use my friend's abilities. What the hell? Am I stuck on something? And then I immediately start walking back out again. Whoa. Is literally just Castlevania now? What in the world is this place? What the hell? Those 4 owl statues were of owls that we've seen. Why would they have statues built in a place that no one knew about? You know what? No, they did know about it. We don't because we're klutz, right? But they all, like Solus knew about it, clearly. Seems Strix knows about it. So that one's Strix. That one back there is Solus. Why do you have a fucking statue of yourself? And also the older man that was in the big city that got destroyed. Oh, Sketty. The hell are you guys doing here? What are you doing here? The man who literally got all of that continent of people killed? I'm so sorry. I trust you, Otis, but I cannot involve anyone else in this. That's probably a good idea. There are millions of dead on his shoulders. Sorry, but I don't have time to explain. Please, just leave. Yeah, we can't. We have to catch up to him. Otis, fly. I love how we can't, like, we're completely powerless right now, because our power has come from our friendship, but the combination of being unable to fly, so we can't lend ourselves to our friends, and them running off ahead of us. It is producing a very interesting game feel. Oh, I wonder if any of those Pixel Jam games are going to have an instance of powerlessness for the sake of story. I wonder if any of them are even going to have a story. Is that just a thing that owls are good at, spinning? At least we can glide. We can spin glide. Where's friends? Oh, they just fell behind. Solus, we just want to help. The pirates are coming after you. Then let us help. Let's get rid of the relics. Okay, yes, obviously he wants to activate the hex machine. Why didn't the scientist tell us about it either? He obviously knew something about the hex machine. He seemed to... Yeah, I'm going to use the relics. Huh? I don't have time to explain this to you. Just get out of here. Alright guys, we need to talk some sense into that dude. My duder. You guys coming? Guess everybody can spin? Oh, that has implications. Okay. So there's just a very, very light amount of anti-gravity here, which means there's barely anything pulling this place down. Like, a couple of pounds of force maybe from that thing. And the place is falling apart. Okay. If the place is falling apart, does... Oh, shit. I pressed jump, but I pressed it too late. If the place is falling apart like this, does that mean that there was a battle here at some point? Is this like a lost temple? Why does this place exist this way? Oh, I have so many questions. That's really nice. It's actually really cool that they force you to use the flight. It's not quite the end yet. There you go. Alright guys, let's keep moving. I honestly don't know what kind of emotion this is supposed to be inspiring. Yeah, aren't these owls that we've already known? No, okay, so I was thinking the one on the end was Solus, but it wasn't. But Strix, the old owl, is the one on the left there. The one in the middle, I think, might have been the one that was taking care of the big town, but again, it might not be. I love how he has metal over his butt. What is this place? Is that it? That's all you have to say? Do I have to jump on the chandeliers? Yep. I still question why we're able to breathe up here. Nobody's struggling breathing, but I can't fly. Like, you gotta have some pretty optimal setups to be able to... Oh my goodness. I love how the owl portrait's in here. Owl portraits are fine. Giant owl statues embossed across every single door is not quite so much. Like pillars even have to be that? And then they just go candy canes on these. The hell was that? You breaking shit? No, Otis. Oh, it was the sound of these things going, okay, that's not what I want. What's in this direction? There can be spikes on the other side? Yup. Am I not on the thing enough for it to spin it well? Oh, I was spinning it in the wrong direction. I was slowing it down. That's not a timed switch, right? No, okay. Oh, shit. Oh, boy! Somehow Otis is not dead. Can't prove anything. I like this. I like it being the final dungeon. They take away your ability to fly. I'm enjoying this gameplay a hell of a lot more than I've enjoyed most of the rest of this game thus far. Lore, boys. There's some interactable books. And Alphonse can read and we can't. This book is ancient, and yet I can read it. Book of Nocte. Okay, so Solus maybe only knew this information because he was able to get up here. Like maybe he had a special cape that could fly even in low atmospheric pressure. Because he kept saying, so says the Book of Nocte. So this is where we get his motivation, his character drive. The Owl Temple. First of the great temples. Here, the owls learned to control the elements and change the natural order. By the end of the first Aeon, they had mastered water, fire, and wind. And their work here revealed to them the existence of the higher mysteries. Oh, this is what he said. That's the beginning of what Sola said before we entered the original Owl Temple. The higher mysteries, the Eldritch Horrors. It was here that the existence of the loop was hypothesized. The existential anguish from the discovery of the loop permeated owl society. Riots began, and the Owl Temple was abandoned. I like how he left that part out. Is the Hex Machine an attempt to break space-time so that there is an end? Is he trying to end the universe? Just let us exist in our blissful ignorance. The floating continent, the greatest of the owl homes. The machines produced here were the finest the world has ever seen. For the first time, owl technology surpassed the capabilities of even life itself. There seemed to be no end to the heights the owls could reach. They were determined to break the loop, and to work tirelessly to advance their technologies and knowledge. Finally, the solution was presented, a hex that would upend the laws of the universe. But it was a disaster. The hex failed, and the world would never be the same. Alright, so whatever the hex was is probably why we have floating islands, because we fucking broke physics. Good. Book of Nocte, Volume 3. The Floating Tower. A gigantic research facility in the sky, built without the knowledge of the world at large. The last few owls gathered here, far away from the famines and wars elsewhere. The great relics that were used to create the hex were reforged. For the owls were preparing another hex. Greater than the last, this new hex would send the world crashing downwards, and bring the world order. Bring the world under the owls' control once again. Okay, so the original hex machine is what we saw in its lavaed up piece of shit state. It had been destroyed in the process of being activated. And it seems like the hex machine is what created the floating island situation we've got going on now, which is why in Maelstrom's cabin he had two pictures. He had one picture of a globe, and he had another picture of a bunch of floating islands all interspaced in a 3D cube. So the world used to be a globe, and the owls, reaching too far, fearing too much, reacted to the fact that they had figured out whatever this loop is, activated the hex machine, blew up the planet. And everybody's fucking pissed off about it. And the owls are attempted to make a new hex machine, and at some point had to abandon it. And they were never able to activate it, even though the hex pieces they still existed. He's been making the ancient owls out to be heroes and scholars and whatnot. And in reality, Wait, so is everybody's knowledge of the history of the owls from Solus? What about the older owls? We have no choice now. We shall have to stop him ourselves. Yeah! We're the only ones up here. Let's go, there's no time to waste. But I mean, Solus believes that the new hex machine will work. Right? And he's had a lot more time to think about it. Hell, he was even willing to fucking stake the entire continent of that group of people on the hex machine working. He was willing to let them die for it. It sounds to me like there might be... I mean, there's a lot of books in here. There might be compelling evidence that the Hex 2 would work. But, you know what? It would also kill a bunch of people in the process. Oh, we gotta go down to... Oh, nope. That opened that door. We gotta figure out how to open that door. Please don't tell me there's a boss fight in here. Is it going to open the one in this room? Yep. Oh boy. The floating rocks from earlier. I suppose now the question becomes, so this isn't a simulation, and the Hex machine is what's created this post-apocalyptic state. But because their technologies have become so grand, they discovered whatever the hell the loop is. Is the loop the Eldritch Horror? Is the loop the eyes on the inside? And that's what's generated this behavior? Are we about to go slay Rom the vacuous spider? Is that what the Hex machine is? An attempt to slay? Oh, right. It goes up. Oh! Wait. Oh, there's a ground floor. Never even realized. Is there anything down here worth looking at? Or is it just, in case you fucked up, you gotta go to the left? Okay. Makes sense. This ending is exactly what I was hoping for in this kind of a game, so that's cool. It's actually kind of kick-ass. Like, they're not taking the easy way out on any of the things that they've produced so far. Of course it closes behind us. Why the hell wouldn't it? More spikes? Nope. Just, well, these look like robot enemies. A bunch of maelstroms. Oh boy, if you charge that center spot, is that gonna make them all turn on? Nope. Huh. Oh, we can slow it down. That almost caught me there for a second. Oh boy. Now it's floating up and away. I should have stayed on it. Oh. Oh, I bet you they don't go, up. And we need to make it go back up again. Oh no! What the hell? How was I supposed to be able to jump that high? I guess we'll try it again. Dude, what the hell happened here? Like, I was gonna say, why did the owls fail in their endeavor? But then... What the hell? Oh, is it gonna go back up to its original spot if I jump off of it first? And then jump on it when it's on its height? Yeah, we'll try it. When it's at its zenith. Yep. There we go. Did the Hex machine, the Hex version 2 attempt to be used, and this is what happened because of it? Oh boy, isn't this just a barrel of buckets? This is so much more fun, like platforming, than the kind of puzzles that they put forth in all the other parts of the game. Works for me. How did Solus get through here? Admittedly, he can fly in this environment. We can't. Why is... How can we see Mesos? I thought we shot way above Mesos. If we stay on this platform, we could still make it at the top. Is there going to be big bads? Is it just a property of matter? You guys leaving? Didn't even try. Oh, this is a cool sequence. Oh, it runs out of health. And then it breaks. Oh! Well. I tried to jump and it died before I had the option. Try again. But yeah, did the Hex is the mass itself some sort of an inversion of physics at this point? Oh, right, that falls. Kind of looked like it was going to be the part that rises. Because that would kind of explain you have individual pieces of mass that are just kind of disappearing like this. Yeah, we want to be floating as much as possible. Do we have to collect our friends? Try to hold on. Oh no! I didn't know! Stay afloat, Otis, he says, as we forget how to stay afloat. If you try to skip while dialogue is going, then it takes a while. The dialogue must go on. So that actually answers a bunch of our questions then. We're stuck with what is the loop? What did the hex machine do? And what happened here? Oh, you know what? That kind of explains the fact that the floating islands exist the way that they do, and that they started to command the elements. Maybe the hex machine, in all of its whoops, I screwed up. It did just nullify, because gravity is not an effect that happens because things pull on one another. Gravity is just an effect of space-time. If you have mass, you affect space-time in such a way so as to cause it to react. Alright? Oh, come on! Is that what I'm supposed to be on? It doesn't... There we go. So maybe they were able to, like, tap into what exactly the space-time continuum was and affect what mass, how mass even affects the universe. Yeah, it's a big hex machine. Oh, can I fly again now? Oh, and they give you flight back right now. So that you can, because lots of oxygen. Solus activated the machine. What is this final flight of the owls? I was going to bring up all of the owls' flight capes. Maybe they were anthropomorphic owls to some degree, and they were upset about not being able to fly. So they invented these capes that themselves have kind of anti-gravity effects to them. Like they exist of antimatter or something. Maybe it's not air. The end of the world, my friends. We ourselves are floating. The floating continents are rising into space. This is the end. It's all happening so suddenly. What has Solus done up there? I love his expression. Twig is like... Out of everyone here, Twig is probably the most accurate expression to be having in this scenario. Whatever Solus is doing up there, we really need to stop him. I see his tower above us. Let's go. Yeah, they're just straight up floating now. And there's enough oxygen in here. Alright, so Hex Tower is steampunk and electricity too. Just like it was in the floating continent. Iron pipe, steel floating around everywhere. The fuck is this? What does it do? And now the back room is like a cityscape. What the hell is this place? It makes clockwork from the Sly Cooper series. The end of this universe, retconned, finishes up. Sly Cooper begins. Unfortunately, I don't think the Sly Cooper series has remakes on the PS4, so... I would love to play those again at some point, because I really only played 1 and 2. I heard 4 is great. 3 is alright. Why are you... What's with the hand waving, man? Come on, this isn't magic. How did you get up here? Why aren't you dead yet? Quickly, we have to... I've told you already. I'm not interested in what you have to say. I'm using the relics. That's all. I'm nearly finished here. Please don't get in my way. Let the oceans feel the rain of stone and fire. for this loop, and every loop will come. This is literally magic chanting. It's voice activated. Magic chanting is just voice activated science. Mold us back into one form because we accidentally fucked up the earth. Let the oceans... Okay. Can we leave? Or do we have to talk to him? 2 is the best Cooper game, hands down. Out of everything I've seen, I gotta agree. But again, I've not played beyond that, so I wouldn't know. I missed the first thing that he said here. I call upon the power of the Hex Relics. Okay. I told you don't disturb me. I'm at a critical stage in the process. How do you know how to operate these? Also, this is the Hex machine, huh? Just the owl face with some... Like, the other one looked like it had a bunch of monitors and shit going on. We are tapping into the 9th dimension. I have to extract the relic's essence. I'll be done soon. And then we can talk. After the universe ceases to exist. You're free to leave, you know. You're just bothering me. I'm through talking to you. Guys, what are we gonna do? We gotta shoot him. We gotta shoot him in the back. Right in the face. He's conjuring up some 8th level memes. The time of the owls is upon us. The loop will finally end. I don't like the Sodas. I thought Solus was our pal. But he just isn't listening at all. Not to us, not to anyone. Hey, by the way, thanks for not fucking spoiling that Solus was this dude, the bad guy. Because that hit me really hard and it was a really cool experience. I'm not sure what to do. If he doesn't listen, we may have to stop him. Yep, not talking to us anymore. I will become the Hex machine. Wah 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 wah. Yeah? What are you doing? Have you gone mad? You say that, but you're literally doing everything that would imply you've gone mad, and you've done nothing to explain yourself. So, like, somebody needs to take you to a speech therapy class. Snap out of it, Solus. He's not snapping out of or into anything. He's just... He knows more than us. Well, I mean, you say the relics are dangerous, but so are guns, and you have one. Have you forgotten what happened to Advent? No one can use them, ever. No, that's not right either. You're acting like a Supreme Warlock, and I'm the crazy one! Yeah, especially with that fucking stance he has there, too. And this dimension will cease to be, and all will be right in the universe. We have to... You have to see sense, Solus. We will help you to avoid the pirates' retribution, but please stop this. I've always liked the whole story of the person who knows more is alright with sacrificing the universe because it's necessary in order to, like, break a loop or whatever. A literal loop, like maybe time is repeating or something. And everybody else will suffer for it, but it's necessary for, you know, the existence of the universe to continue on. For all of the unthinking, uncaring things to continue. It's like, you know, the Big Bang will happen. And if it requires somebody to press a button, someone's going to press it eventually. Using the relics for power will only make things worse. Thanks. We'll have to stop you. He's going to use his Supreme Warlock skills on us. I'm giving you a lot of chances, but it's clear that you guys don't understand. So fucking explain it to us! So I guess I just have to make you leave. He's a super owl now. This is a final boss fight. Okay. I was not expecting this in the slightest. Are we just supposed to avoid? Oh, I had to probably use Spider Boy to get through that. Oh, do we need to be attacking? No? Can't hit me! I'm invincible. Legit don't know what I'm supposed to be doing here, though. Oh, boy. Nope, nope. Spider. Heh. Sucks to be you. I'm gonna shotgun your ass. Die. Oh, I knocked a relic off of him. Okay, that's fine. What are you gonna do about it? Oh, okay. That's really easy to dodge, actually. Never mind. Yeah, do the damage to the relics. Alright. Oh, this is cool! Rocket Boy. Ah, I just missed him. I assume I probably have to continue to use the shotgun. Oh, man. I am Spider Boy again. Okay, yeah, okay, regular gun can knock him off too. Just need to actually hit it as he fucking teleports around. The absolute madman. Dude, he's just phasing in and out of existence. What universe? What power have you found, my friend? Who would have thought that Solus was the final boss? That's assuming that we don't get the Sly Cooper crossover of the century. Can I shoot the thing now? God damn it. I will slow you down. Oh, you know what? Shotgun for one, bullets for the other, and spider for the third. That's what this is. Oh, that's really cool. It's like different elemental effects. Wow. I legitimately was not expecting that. And he just summons them back to himself. Wait, did I fail a QTE? Oh, I forgot to spider my way out of there. What are you do? Oh, okay, it's just that thing again. Knock that off. And away it goes, and now this one. Spider to get through. Don't spin on me, boy. I'm just trying to show you some sense. That's right, you don't need it. Oh, I bet that felt nice. Stop summoning them. What am I missing? Oh, wait, never mind. What is that? Yeah, I picked up on that, but then they get covered in their energy. Why? Alright, so my previous assumption of they're messing with quantum physics and the space-time continuum is there. Hey, Kirby lore is also very much in the same vein of, like, hyper-science, being able to tap into the universe's energies and having gods fight against one another. You know how Nintendo controllers got A button where the B button is, and the B button where the A button is? Whoops. At least we know what we're doing this time, so this fight will actually be way quicker, because I was spending a bunch of that just dodging around like a dumbass. And that was a fun boss fight, so I don't mind doing it again. Blue, green, red. Is that fire for one? Oh, okay, yeah, blue, green, red. Gotcha. Okay, it does color code to our friends, doesn't it? Enough spinning. Enough spinning! I love the sound effect that happens too. And then we just need to hit him once here. Oh, okay, I wasn't... What the hell hit me? Oh, he just finished. That's fine too. No! The shotgun's the easiest. Spider's probably second easiest because you have quick access to dodging. And off it goes. And then time for shotgun again. Yeah, see how his wings react to them as well? It's not just... Well, okay, so it's not just his wings, it's him as well. I'm gonna say the aura. What else does this remind me of? It's always like the unassuming nerd that gets a hold of the thing that turns him into literally God. And honestly, the trope isn't used enough that it is entirely acceptable here. Spider. Hey, boyo. Come back. I got a present for you. Heh. He's not even trying. Just slap him in the butt a couple of times. This time we'll go into the third part with all of our health as well, so... Yup. Oh, okay. Now he is changing colors. Can I can spiderweb around inside of the 7th, 9th dimension? Oh, that's too bad. His patterns aren't changing very much. He just got the one laser that he can fire. Oh, shit, I keep forgetting. My dodge does not have iframes. Only the spider has iframes. Whee! Should probably be using the shotgun more often. I hear that does many damage. Oh! Holy shit! Yeah, he didn't get very many new abilities. Oh, you have to spider through that, don't you? Is this not a Kirby boss fight? This is absolutely a Kirby boss fight. Damn it, I missed. Oh, there he goes. Drop your relics, boyo. Wow. Can't say it's not expected, but that was certainly a refreshing change from the rest of the game. Now listen. Stop the power crazy stuff. That's my response. I just saw into something that no living creature should be able to see into. Would you knock it off? Because they're so out there compared to the rest. Yeah. It's just like, everything is regular, kind of okay. There's just undertones of this is going to go outside of the realm of sanity. Chigayu! You don't remember Advent? I don't. Okay, I get that you're upset, but again, you're literally carrying a gun, something that kills people. Just because power exists doesn't mean the power itself is evil. That's not what the relics were made for. That's just how Maelstrom used them. Thank you for describing. How is that a big revelation to everyone? I didn't want to tell you this, but I need you to understand. I'm going to tell you the great shame of the owls. The Hex and the anti-Hex. The relics were created long ago when the owls lived at the planet's surface and the floating islands did not exist. Owl technology was beyond even our imagination, and the owls studied the deeper secrets of the universe. The relics were made after the owls made a fateful discovery. A discovery that sent owl society into infighting and chaos. How? Why? The loop. What is the loop? I'm not certain, but the owls were obsessed with it. They worked for centuries in a desperate struggle, in a way to find the end to the loop. And finally, they found a solution. A hex that would alter the laws of nature to end the loop forever. We are living in the post-apocalypse Eldritch Horror universe. Holy shit. The relics were designed to be the fuel for the hex. Centuries after they were made, the owls were finally ready for their hex. So, what happened? What happened with the hex? It was the biggest disaster in the history of the planet. I don't even know if the hex broke the loop. That should have been the least of their worries. The hex backfired, shattering the planet's continents into floating islands in the sky. And the planet was reduced to a giant, empty ocean. So it didn't affect the water. Huh. And the islands are still rising. You must have seen it outside. The world is ending. Time is running out. In a matter of days, we'll all have risen to cold, unbreathable space. The anti-hex. You mentioned something about an anti-hex. The thing we've been trying to stop him from using. Huh? I don't like this boy. This boy's a bit dumb. The library was built to find a way to bring the planet's expansion under control and reverse it. When I found it, I learned that the owls created relics which have been absorbing power for centuries. Now they're ready to be used for the anti-hex, which will bring the islands back down to the ocean. And also basically kill most of everything that's living on them. But we'll start over, right? There'll be bacteria. They'll survive the fall. That's what I'm preparing. An anti-hex to save the world. I'm legit... Okay, no. He knows that everybody is gonna fucking be pissed off about the concept of basically killing everybody to drop the islands, which is why he's not telling anyone. Man. Yeah, you should have just fucking told us. Why did you try to do this all on your own? We're very gullible people. What he should have done is he should have said all of this, but not bring up the fact that this is going to end everybody's lives. Just, oh, the islands are going back together. We've activated the machine. And then he starts crying, and then be like, what's wrong? And now everyone's going to die. And like, why didn't you tell us that? Would you have let me do it? That would have been good writing. Except I'm anticipating now he's going to say, I didn't tell you because I was afraid you weren't going to let me, and this is why, and then they won't let him. I got the pirates to help me by promising them power. Tricking the pirates led to the destruction of Advent, Solus. Their deaths are on your head. Although at this point, like he said, he can't stop now. Everyone's deaths are going to be on his head. I didn't know of anyone who I could trust. Like I said, now he's crying. Once you beat the game, you have one more challenge. Perfecting the flying minigame. No, I think the next challenge is called pressing the uninstall button. Let us help you finish this anti-hex. Come on, Solus, what do we have to do? You just have to... Oh no! Is that the pirates? What is this, 80 synthwave? The pirates aren't going to give a flying hoot if all the islands continue to spread apart forever. The captain is here. In the attempt to try to activate the hex, have we increased the time it'll take for the world to fall apart? Solus, you done fucked up. Solus, you done fucked up now. You have run off with my owls, relic boy. You dare betray me? I haven't betrayed you, Maelstrom. I'm trying to save you and everyone else. I'm trying to prevent the planet from being destroyed. Oh, do you think Solus doesn't think people will die if you drop a bunch of planets inside of one another? It'll be like a planet forming again. If it's just gravity to pull it all together. Oh, we just straight up... We're a corpse now. Oh, that's the end of the game. Fade to black. Roll credits. So you're saving the world, is that it? Why would I care if the planet is destroyed? Give the relics back to me now. Oh, are we gonna get the relics and turn into Super Owlboy? Dude, I told you we need a minigame where we become supersonic. That self-righteous put his fucking anchor back on his shoulder. It's a very Kingdom Hearts kind of... Does this unmute us? Can we speak telepathically now? We can break other forms of convention. Keep the captain at bay. Hurry, Master Getty Twig. I can't hold him for long. You can't hold him for half a second. Yeah. Hurry up and get away, Otis. We'll hold him back. I hope they don't, like, gloss over the fact that if we actually turn gravity back on, that it'll not destroy the entire planet. Because that will that's like a planet forming, and it will be mostly lava for a long time. Or all of the planets will be stuck in orbit because they got too far away from the core. And it'll take a long ass time before they even ever manage to fall into one another. Admittedly, how long it takes for you to get to the point. What is this? What is this? Stopping Thanos? Somebody gonna have a big old moment and punch him in the face and wake him up? You have to crawl to stop that. Wow. And he's just walking normally. Give relic. This is adorable. Saw in a dream, snake eater. Okay, that's all we had to do to activate. Ow. The hell did I take damage from? Oh, now I can fly. Oh, no, I can't fly, but I can jump. So I can do the next one. Really? I took too long? Huh. Wasn't anticipating that, but alright. I figured this was a scripted event. I did that in The Last of Us too. I got Ellie killed because I just took too long to push forward to grab machete. So the guy kicked me in the face instead of kicking me in the body. And I had to start the little baby cutscene all over again. Alright. Oh, is that what's damaging? No, that's not what's damaging me. I just need to be smarter about it. It does knock me back each time, yeah. Yep, and does damage. Well, at least I'm not gonna get hit by the anchor this time, hopefully. Is the hope there? I thought we were gonna have to turn the owl head too. You even trying anymore, Maelstrom? We are falling. No. That's it? That's the entirety of the anti-hex? So we could just turn... I was expecting a bit more for having broken the laws of physics. I'm gonna postulate that the loop is just the knowledge of the fact that the universe goes through a cycle of heat, death, and rebirth. It's just eating my relics. Why did it shoot me? Under what circumstances does that make sense? Oh good, we're dead. Again. Fatality. The anti-hex. It's emerging from his... Oh, I was the cocoon for the anti-hex all along. So this is what your treachery is about? They managed to actually invent it. Huh. Yeah, that brings up a good question. If they managed to actually finally make the anti-hex, and it has been this easy to activate it, what the hell happened to this building and all the owls that were in it? Like, did they starve to death? Why did they give up? Were they just too afraid to activate it? I'll crush this little hex of yours. Well, that's dangerous. It was just a robot, though. This gives me like a Kingdom Hearts feeling of... Yep, fucking beam blasted to death. There's just nothing left. Oh, good. Are we literally dead? We a ghost now? That whole event right there felt like it was just rewriting reality as opposed to turning on gravity. That's just me though. Hey, this is a direct contrast to the entrance of the game. where we were afraid cats of the fact that we weren't... I got a network error on that. Let me fix... No. Don't be dumb. Be correct. And then switch back over here. No, that's the wrong one. Try again. The opening nightmare that he had, where everybody hated him, and now he's having... Now he's dead, and he's having a spirit dream about everybody liking him. Or maybe he's in a coma. You're so lucky, Otis. They don't haunt us anymore. Bongo, bongo, babongo. Wanna drop by my place sometime with Fib and Bonacci? We'll play drums till the sun sets. They're so friendly. Hi there, youngin'. Wanna join me in the hot spring? No? You're a hard worker, Otis. Just like the other owls. I still question as to why Otis is the only one that doesn't look like an owl. All the rest of them very much do. Maybe they wanted him to feel a bit more like the protagonist. Otis, do say hi to Letty and Scops for me. I hear you'll be studying under Asio soon. He handpicked you, I heard, and I'm glad he did. I think you two will be a great fit. Was he a pissy guy in the very beginning? Oh, you know, was he involved in trying to create the anti-hex? And they fucked up? And everybody died except him? So he's got survivor's guilt? Oh, it's the tree I couldn't climb in the beginning. God, this is such a good... Just... good. I don't know about the gameplay, but the presentation here... Is it Solus? I'm glad you're doing well. You don't recognize me. It's me, Solus. Listen, I don't know if you think of me as a friend, but I've always thought of you as my only friend. The mute that couldn't make fun of your stutter. I hope the next time we meet, it'll be under different circumstances. Yeah, did we just rewrite reality? There's so much I want to tell you. Welcome, Otis. I'm very glad to see you again. You're probably wondering where you are. You're not dreaming. You are seeing visions of the past and the future. And from today. You may not remember any of it, but it is real. You grew up with good people, Otis. Full of affection for you and hopes for your future. And regret for things said and done. These visions are our gift to you. The truth, I think, is often the greatest gift. Especially since people are so prone to forgetting the things that they should cherish most. You must have many questions. Come, sit. Yes, Otis. You succeeded out there. The fact that you were here means that the anti-hex worked. Is this the hex talking to us? Or is this some, like, godly entity that's thanking us for channeling the hex? Because it used our corpse to create it. The islands will be sinking. Our generation will know the surface, as we did. Thanks to you, the world will be whole once again. It will be difficult to adjust to life on the surface after all this time. But it will overcome. I hope you don't blame us for what we've put you through. We tried to change the universe, and we paid a price for that. You paid a price too. In order to end the loop, we were willing to do anything. Even risk our future. Your present. It doesn't matter. All you need to know is that we wanted to discover the nature of the universe, and in doing so, we lost ourselves. Maybe one day in this life or the next, you will learn about the loop. But there are far more rewarding things for you to learn about the universe than how it ends. You're probably worried that this is the end for you. Don't worry. In this world we've created, there is always a second chance. Excuse me? So this just definitively answered what the loop was, and what the hex machine did. Except now, what is this world we're in from the anti-hex? It wasn't just turning the original hex off, it is now a world we've created? Our time is up. And I know I'm not the only one, but I've always believed in you, Otis. I don't know what consolation that is, given that we're effectively now going to disappear. Oh, no. We were in the mind world. We were being projected images from the anti-hex machine. Oh! It doesn't have to be explained away. Because of the fact that only land masses were pulled up out of the ocean and the ocean still existed, as much as it'll destroy a bit of the Earth, it's not all Earth collapsing upon itself. The water is going to break the fall of a lot of it. So they could just turn the gravity back on, and it would be difficult for people to survive, but they could. Especially given there's a bunch of flying people and ships and shit. Although, had we had time, we should have prepared people and made flying cities so that they could, you know, deal with the fact that the gravity was going to get turned back on. Damn, that's cool. So the loop was what I thought. It's just the heat death of the universe, and the owls became scaredy pants of it. And they thought that they could try to outrun it by effectively turning off the rules that governed why the heat death would exist here. Our origin story scientifically that we've got thus far is Big Bang, lots of energy is now spread out, some of the energy turned into mass. And the universe is going to continue to expand until it gets to the point where it just can't. And because all mass affects all other mass, the calculation for gravity has a calculation for distance, and that distance can be infinite. The mass of your body is affecting my body right now. Technically, we have a gravitational pull to one another just as much as you do to literally everything else in the universe. That's how gravity works. It's just a facet of the rules that govern everything that exists. And eventually, everything will get pulled back in again, and eventually it'll be reset, and we'll run through another cycle. We'll have that heat death of the universe. For me, I'm a light man. Thanks. Thanks, Taylor. But so the loop was just the heat death of the universe. And the hex machine was literally trying to turn off some of the rules that governed the universe, which is cool in its own right, but now that we've turned them back on again, are there some residual effects? Are there some bleed over what should have been or what could have been? Because it still feels like we might be within the realm of something is broken. A horror might still exist that we could discover. And also, what the hell was that dream world? Can we walk around, or is this just our reward? Oh, that's Otis falling from the sky. So yeah, like I said, the water broke the fall of most of the Earth because the water still existed as the globe after turning the gravity back on, or rather, turning the laws of the universe back on. You gave permission to the universe to do its thing again. Bam, start of Kingdom Hearts. Start of Kingdom Hearts crossover with Sly Cooper. There you go. Huh. You know what? I wasn't expecting that, but that's an interesting concept. It does explain why the islands are floating. It somewhat explains why the culture exists the way that it does. I don't understand why they didn't activate the anti-hex to begin with, but it seems like after doing so, Otis got kind of a vision by either the anti-hex or... I don't want to say, like, maybe they were using soul energy to charge the relics. The quintessence of the universe, no. But the relic itself is what told us, you know, we saw that this was going to happen. We basically predicted that you were the one who was going to have to carry this burden, and we thank you for it. We're sorry for having fucked up and putting this responsibility on your head. Cool. Gotta say, not a fan of how the actual mechanics for the game worked itself. I think giving Otis analog input, maybe even just 2 speeds instead of just on or off, would have been a huge help for both feel to the control and the actual puzzles themselves were a little uninspired most of the time. The combat was kind of fun, but it didn't come into its own until you had all of the mechanics of the game. The final boss fight was the most fun, and then the second most fun was the pirate boss fight. But everything before that was just kind of very limited. Although I gotta say, as much as I enjoyed the Hex Guardian boss fight, it was bullshit. I was just gonna say that it was a bullshit fight. Because of how the controls worked and your hitbox, how it presented itself. So yeah. Not very often you get to see the kind of game that does the extra future, so future it's become the past, but they actually maintain some of their culture and they actually bother trying to explain it. They don't fuck it up when they explain it. The things that they did explain worked, and they explained enough for plausible deniability to set in and let me be comfortable with how this universe existed. That doesn't happen very often. People either try too much or not hard enough, and this was perfect. I think I'd reiterate, I'd totally sit down and fucking have a beer with the devs for this game. At least the story writer, and definitely all of the people who put together the pixel art, because it was beautiful. Lots of fucking personality. Alright. It is 6-ish o'clock. I'm going to go eat dinner, and I'm going to do a shorter stream later on tonight where we start Observer. Fun, cool, interesting game that's going to go even more into the whole psychological horror as opposed to philosophical horror. Or science horror? I don't know. We'll do that. So I'll see you guys in probably about a half an hour. Next, play Bad Rats. Dude, I don't even have Bad Rats in my Steam library yet, and no one can gift me it. It's never going to be in my library. How dare you? No, you can't, because I have to accept it. You can't put something in my library without my permission. All right. Thanks for watching, though. I do appreciate it. Hey, Sea Hacking, I don't know. I don't think you followed me on Twitch, but I'm going to plug myself because I like doing this stuff, and if you liked watching, then, that's cool. Oh, you did. You followed me. Cool. Well, there you fucking go. I don't want to plug shit, but I do have a Discord if you want to hang out and talk about whatever, and also Twitch announcements, and there's a Twitter, but, none of it really matters that much. Yeah. Thanks, man. I appreciate it. I've done this whole presentation thing for a long ass time, but Twitch is finally letting me actually get some exposure, and I get the feeling that other people enjoy it as much as I enjoy making it. So that's yeah. Anyway, I'm rambling at this point. I'll see you guys later. If you want, I got to stream later tonight. Otherwise, tomorrow at the same time. And that's about it. You have yourselves a good one. Ciao.